All right, Westwood in the Digibug. Can't even say it. Digibug. Just like Digibyte. People are so sick of saying Digibyte and talking about Digibyte right now. I'm seeing some hate. I'm seeing some frustration right now in the crypto markets. I see people saying, I'm going to dump my Digibyte. I'm sick of it. It's dropping off the top 100 on CoinMarketCap. You know, I've waited long enough. I'm done. Getting rid of it. Same thing they say about Litecoin. Sick of it. You know, it's not going up. All these other coins, you know, they're moving up. You see some coins, everything's dropping today. But you see some coins, what was it, Forth? It's a governance token, I think, for Ample Forth, up 20%. And people, you know, you see these coins popping off, you know, randomly for whatever reason, and people get frustrated. You know, they look at Litecoin, they look at Digibyte, and they're just like, oh, it's ridiculous. It needs to go to the moon already. Where's it at? You know. But if you look, Litecoin last year at this time was what, half the price that it is now, if even that. Same with, actually it's less than that, it was like 45 bucks. And now it's 130. I mean, give me a break. Digibyte, I don't even think it was a penny last year at this time. Now it's over 4 cents. Barely, but 4 cents. It's 4 times. Come on, people. But I get it. You look at the all-time highs. Digibyte went to 15 cents, maybe 17 cents. I don't know what it was. Now it's 4 cents. Ridiculous. Well, you don't want to buy at the top. You don't want to catch that FOMO, that fear of missing out, and get yourself invested when it's high. That's the time, if anything, you want to, you know, take a little money off the table and do something with it and check off that little freedom, you know, roadmap that you have. Okay, that would give me this amount of freedom. I would be able to pay off a car. This would allow me to pay off my house. You know, all these things. This would allow me to pay for my child's college. Probably not a good idea in this day and age. Now, community college, that's another thing. That's kind of a good value. Not a bad deal. But even that's getting expensive. But a vocational school, you know, learn a trade. Go work. Be an apprentice. I mean, there's so many jobs out there that are good paying jobs to where you can actually be your own boss at some point. You know, you're getting a skill that you can take anywhere with you. You know, a degree, in a lot of cases, what are you going to get, an MBA, Master's in Business Administration? You know, the best way to, not knocking anybody who's gotten it because you put in a lot of time, the best way to show that you're good in business is to start a business and just do it. You know, go get a food truck and start running the business. You know, whatever it is, start running a business. You know, so, I mean, the best thing in life, what I've learned is, and I've got my degree, you know, I went to college, I went to a community college, and then I finished at a 4-year school, transferred everything over, and I think that was the smart way to do it, because you can get your classes out of the way, the required core classes that you really don't like, that's not part of your major, you can get those out of the way at the community college, and the thing is, usually they'll transfer the credit hours, but not the grade. So you can get a C in a class that you hate, and then it won't transfer the GPA over to the 4-year school. So when you're at your 4-year school, you're taking your major classes, you know, for your degree, and then you get a better grade point average because you're taking the classes you want. So, I don't know, just a little tidbit of advice, you know, so you can save money. A lot of times people change their majors anyway. I did. You know, you go, oh, I'm going to do this, and then the next thing you're into it, and you're like, I don't really want to do this, and so you do something else. So you end up taking different classes anyway. So why go to a 4-year school and pay all that money when you're going to end up there 5 or 6 years? If you don't know what you're doing 100%, you know, go to a community college and, you know, live at home for a couple more years. Figure out what you want to do, save some money, have a job, part-time job, you know, learn what you want to do. Pick up those classes, you know, take some classes and just figure it out, what you want to do. And the thing is, usually at a community college, a lot of times you'll have teachers who have been there a long time that are actually teaching in the classroom. You go to a 4-year school, what happens is you've got associate professors or assistant professors, you know, teaching the entry-level freshman, sophomore classes. You don't get the full professor in the room until, you know, you're at your 400 level classes, 400, you know, level. Junior and senior level, you know, so you're really not getting the full range of, you know, education that you're paying for at a 4-year school for the first 2 years. So go to a community college. It's cheaper. You can choose all kinds of different classes. I mean, you know, and I think it's a good deal. Anyway, I was talking about buying things with crypto, taking, you know, money off the table. And, you know, if you want to get educated, just go educate yourself. It's just like everything else. If you want to get educated, go do it. Just do it. Start doing it. That's the best way to learn. You know, granted, you can get a little book learning, you know, to going into it, you know, and get an idea of what you're doing, but, you know, you're not going to fully learn and internalize that and have the mechanics and the energy. You know, your body's not going to recognize how to do it until you do it. You make those movements. You swing that hammer. You do all those things. You're just not, you know, you can theorize all you want, but you got to actually do it. Now, that gets me back to my point. I guess that's a point. It's a point I just thought of. Cryptocurrencies like Litecoin, like Digibyte, guess what? They just work. Now you can theorize what all these tokens and all these projects are going to do in the future. Oh, this is going to do all this. Oh, it's going to be the wallet for the masses. Oh, it's going to, you know, banking. It's going to take over the banking system, you know, and there's all these projects that come out and promise all these things. And trust me, I've been through it. You know, 2017, we had this ICO craze. We had all these tokens that came out, all these projects that came out. They promised to do all these things, and guess what? It sounded good. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Problem is, they haven't delivered yet. What does deliver? Coins. Projects like, I don't even say project, blockchains that just work, like Litecoin, like Digibyte. Litecoin has been running for almost 10 years straight now. In October, it'll be 10 years straight. No interruptions. Digibyte's been running since, what, January 2014? You know, you're 7 years in. Plus, I mean, these things work. You can transfer those things anywhere, anytime. There's no stopping them. I mean, this is truly decentralized. This is the new world that we want to create. We need to use tools that get us outside of the bankster system, outside of this control mechanism, because, you know, I don't know about you, I think it's kind of scary leaving your money in the bank when at any time they can go ahead and say, you know what, we need to freeze your funds. We think you've been engaged in some activities that, you know, are a little suspect. You know, it could be buying off Coinbase can be a suspicious activity. It's whatever they deem suspicious, because you know what? It's their casino. You walked into it, you're playing the game. And the thing is, I mean, yeah, we've kind of been forced into it because that's the only option that we have, you know, that we've had in the past. But you know, there's no excuse now. It's just a matter of a lack of education and ignorance level. And I say that in the nicest way, you know, lacking knowledge. People aren't educated. They're ignorant of the fact that we have something like cryptocurrency now, that we have Litecoin, we have Digibyte, we have Bitcoin, but, you know, it's store value, you know, it's not. The use case is what I'm looking at. Litecoin and Digibyte have great use cases, and they get used. And, I mean, here we go. I got a Litecoin, pay with Litecoin shirt. Johnny Litecoin, right there. Got that shirt on. And it's the use case. It's what you can use it for. Every time I send Litecoin works. Every time I send Digibyte, super fast. I mean, unbelievably fast. And then Digibyte takes it to the next level because you can build technology on top of it. You can do that with any blockchain. But it takes the development on top of it, you know, to see that that's what you want to do. But Digibyte builds a lot of things on it. You know, go to ChangeAngel. If you want to swap coins, go to ChangeAngel, and you can use your Digi ID. So what happens is, instead of, you know, just entering your email address, you know, for a website, email and password, you sign up once with Digi ID, and it's the Digibyte wallet on your phone, and it essentially authenticates you on that phone and then to the website and logs you in. So if you're doing a thumbprint, you know, you're doing the key code, you know, number, PIN, you're doing the face scan, that phone is your authentication device. And Digi ID just uses that and then coordinates that with the website, you know, QR codes going back and forth, you know, quick response, QR codes, little squares, quick response code. So it's done. I mean, that's the Digibyte blockchain, you know, that's the Digibyte doing that. And there's all kinds of other projects that are building on that blockchain, but it is still sound money. So it's, you know, not so much as Litecoin, just because of the scarcity factor. It's still sound money. You got to look at it as more like Bitcoin's a $100 bill, Litecoin's a $20 bill, and Digibyte's a $1 bill. You know, that kind of thing. It's still money if it were truly a dollar, you know, silver standard, but, you know, not a Federal Reserve note. but it's still sound money for the digital age. And it's just, it serves different use purposes. You're not going to take a $100 bill into, sorry about all the traffic, you know, it's that time of the year, see tractors and such. But you're not going to take a $100 bill and go buy a candy bar with it. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. And you got to make change, and you know, it's just, you know, it's the same with Bitcoin. You're not going to just spend it on little stuff. If you're going to purchase something with it, you're going to purchase something huge, typically, because that's just what it is. So Litecoin, Digibyte, big fans of it. You know, the use case is still there. I don't care what the crypto price is in US dollars right now. It's an opportunity to accumulate more. That's how I look at it. It's a gift. I mean, it's like going to the store. Who wants to pay, you know, full price for something when they can get it half off or a quarter, you know, 25% of what it was? You know, we've got to get out of this mentality because this is what's going to happen. Don't follow the herd. If you follow the herd, you're going to have problems. So don't follow the herd. If you're, in a lot of cases, if you're just a contrarian and you just see where everybody else is going and you go the other way, you're probably going to be better off. So that's something to really take into consideration when you're, you know, in life, investing, you know, whatever, you know, don't follow the herd, because usually the herd gets slaughtered. They're going somewhere where they don't want to go. And somebody's usually leading them somehow. So you're better off just kind of, okay, you know, it makes me nervous. Hey, let's everybody do this. You know, the government tells you to do this. Hey, everybody needs to do this. You know, if you want to be fully safe, you need to get pricked. And, you know, that's the only way to be fully safe. Now we got this variant out, you know, this new one. And it's, I don't care how you feel about it, the whole situation. But when the government's telling you to do something and encouraging you to do something so fiercely, you got to step back and take a little, you know, into consideration. Why are they doing that? The government is not your friend. It is not your friend. Realize we have a Bill of Rights because the states that came together, the colonies that came together and said, we really don't want to form this, you know, this new confederacy, you know, this new union together because we're, you know, we don't trust you. We don't trust centralized government. So they wanted a Bill of Rights. Okay, we need the first 10 amendments to this Constitution, you know, this Bill of Rights, because we need to keep you guys in check. It wasn't going to be a United States until that came along. So realize that those are in place because government is your enemy, and it's to protect you from government. That's all those are. I mean, when you read through them, it's so clear. It's to protect you from government. So for government, you know, to say that, well, the Second Amendment doesn't apply to this or the First Amendment doesn't apply to this, they're not your friends. The whole reason why it's there is to prevent them from telling you that that's not real, that's not viable, those aren't your rights. Got to wake up a little bit. And so whenever government's telling me to go one way, telling a bunch of people to go do something, I'm completely suspect because they don't have your best interest in mind. And they never have. You know, maybe a small government, you know, of the people in a local community. But even then, you see the personalities come out. You see the power trips come out. You see what human nature is human nature. And the reason why we have a Constitution, the reason why we have amendments to the Constitution is to prevent human beings from, you know, falling over to that dark side and stealing the rights of other people. You know, it's to keep things in check. All right, I'm not going to rant on that any longer. I was going to talk about crypto a little bit, but all of this comes down to one thing, and it's very clear to me. It's you don't participate in that system anymore. So how do you do that? You withdraw your energy from that system, and you've got an opportunity now. We've got an opportunity now to use something different. Let's use Litecoin. Let's use Digibyte. Let's use solid coins and blockchains. Not hopium, not these projects that, you know, may or may not deliver. But look at those things that have real value. And don't be worried when the dollar price is down on them, because it's just reflected in US dollars, which are junk anyway. It's a dying economic system. The dollar is dead. It's hyperinflate time. try and save the patient on the bed, and hit them with the defibrillator, give them blood transfusions to keep that body going, because that's what the corpse of the United States is right now. The economic system, it's a corpse. It has unsound money that's flowing through its veins, and they're going to keep pumping it full and trying to reanimate the corpse. That's all they're going to do. So realize that, and realize that anything priced in it, look at silver. I mean, silver, give me a break. What is it, $25 an ounce? It might be even lower. I don't even know. But $25 an ounce for an ounce of silver. Do you see what it takes to process this stuff and take that out of the earth and make that into the coin that you can hold in your pocket? I mean, give me a break. The work that takes, the effort that takes, the value that's held up in that, what silver is actually used for in industry, way undervalued in dollar terms. Should be a lot more, but the whole thing's manipulated. The whole thing is nothing but grand theater, and they want to keep us playing the game. These people have no power if you don't give it to them, so don't give it to them. Quit playing in their game. Quit playing in their casino. Take your money and put it elsewhere. Your energy, every time you work, every time you do something, you're paid with something, a value for that energy that you've used. You want it to be in U.S. Federal Reserve notes that keep diminishing every day and buy you less every day. Now we're going to have food shortages. Oh, we got meat shortages. Oh, we got this shortage, that shortage. Gas, fuel. I mean, what was it? Buddy Crypto Angels in California just posted something on Twitter. $5.99 a gallon for fuel. Gas, diesel, doesn't matter. $6. Absolutely ridiculous. That dollar is not purchasing anything else. It's not purchasing anything more. And yeah, you look at it, well, Litecoin's not holding value. Digibyte's not holding value. Yeah, I guess what? This is all going to turn south pretty quickly. And you better have something that has real value, because as a new economic system takes foot, the old economic system is going to just be worthless. If you're holding your value in dollars, it's going to be worthless. So get into something sound. To me, it's Litecoin. Number one. Absolutely. Way undervalued, just like silver. You can send that stuff anywhere, and nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. It's on its own network. Banks not involved. Government not involved. Worldwide currency. Worldwide sound money. Digibyte, same way. There's just more of it. It's probably better. I mean, it is. It's faster. It's just there's more of it. So the scarcity value is not there like it is with Litecoin and Bitcoin. That's the only difference. But technologically and speed-wise, I mean, it's a monster. And it's way undervalued. It will see its true value at some point, and you'll be shocked. So don't be fretting over, oh, it was at 17 cents and I should have, sold it, and that's when I bought it. Now's the time you want to be picking it up. It's cheap. It's on sale. Blue light special, Kmart, go get me. Now's the time to be buying it and accumulating it. And you know what? And then use it when if it does run up and you can get something with it that you need. You can buy a car that you need. Not that that's the best thing to be spending it on. Or you can build freedom, bring freedom into your existence by using these coins at some point. Do it. Don't sit there and hold it until you die. It's meant to be used just like anything else, just like the dollar's meant to be used. But, you need to use it for those things that are going to make life better for yourselves and others. And that's my opinion, but I think that's kind of where we need to go. We need to start looking that way. How can it make our lives better on this planet and break us free from the entities that have been controlling us? So that's what we use it for. It's a weapon to strike down those shackles and knock those shackles off and all of the bonds that have been holding us. So I got on a rant. I don't even know where I went with it, but it comes down to the same old thing. There's sound money for the digital age. That is Litecoin. It's Digibyte. I mean, it's Bitcoin to an extent. They have different use cases, but Litecoin is I think it's way undervalued for what it does and how long it's been around. I mean, institutions are starting to scoop it up. Don't let them win. Get some. And my little dog is whining over here and wants me to stop, I guess. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Believe in yourselves. Believe in your instincts. Don't go with the herd, because the herd's usually going to slaughter. All right. Love you all. Have a great day.